So we are currently outside of the sphere of influence of Earth, meaning that Earth's gravity is weaker than the Sun's gravity in our effect in relation to where we are right now. So now we're going to go ahead and do our first course correction. So I could use the computer to help me figure this out, but I found that it is a lot easier and a lot more accurate if I just do it myself, just by fiddling with my velocity just a little bit. Now if we take a look at this map right here, it shows that we are coming close to Mars. We're going to get kind of close to it, but no cigar. Not even close when you are trying to get there. So basically what I'm going to try and do is adjust my velocity using my RCS thrusters, using translation, in order to see if I can get the closest approach, the PEA, or the periapsis, down to something a little bit more manageable. Something where that M is now a K instead. We want it like 500K or something like that, just to begin with. So I'm going to go ahead and switch to translation and start fiddling with these numbers a little bit. Okay, so I went ahead and went backwards a bit. That's not good enough, so it did the opposite, so we want to go forward. Okay, we are moving a little bit. Not a lot, though. Let's see if we can go from side to side, see what that does. That's even less. And if we go up and down, that's even less. So what we gotta do is do back forward. That's gonna be good enough. Honestly, I think I can use my main engine here. I'll go ahead and tap my main engine a couple times. There we go. Okay, actually, that's the closest I can get using that. Alrighty, just outside the sphere of influence of Mars. We're going to do a little bit better than that, though. Let's try side to side again. That'll work. Okay, so I've done that enough, so now let's go ahead and try up and down again. There we go. Alrighty. So, now in our current trajectory, we are definitely going to get very, very close to Mars. We'll need to do one more course correction at least when we approach it. Now, this information might change due to the perturbations of due to the perturbations of other planets and how you're flying through the solar system. But this brings us a lot closer to Mars than before. So now we can just go ahead and move that out of the way. And now is the waiting period. So currently we need to wait 21 million seconds before we get there. So that is going to be roughly in August of 2012. I don't know if it's going to be exactly the same landing date as what happened with the Curiosity rover, but it's close enough. I think, if at all, we might be landing a little bit earlier than the Curiosity rover. So go ahead and I'll see you when I get either to Mars or until I need to do another course correction.
Rotation.
Alrighty, so we are almost there, and welcome back. So we are just over a day before we reach Mars here. So we need to do one minor course correction, maybe a couple along the way, but we are getting really close. So let's see here. Currently, in our current trajectory, we will be actually not passing over Mars. We will actually run right into it. I'm not sure if that's exactly what we want to do, so I got to figure out that plan right now. So let's go ahead and open up our course program here. Set up our target, our planetary approach set for Mars. And let's see here, invalid source or reference. Source. There we go. Darn computers. Newfangled things. So currently we're gonna be coming in on a high inclination orbit, I guess, over Mars. I don't know if that's exactly what we want to do. We're gonna see if we can do something about that. Let's play with our computers a little bit. See what we can do. We're going to see if we can actually land at Mons Olympus, one of the bases they have in this program. I just don't know the exact name. Okay, just Olympus. So let's go ahead and target. Target Olympus. Did that work? I think I'm gonna do something a little crazy here. A little crazy. I don't know if this will work. If it does, it will be amazing. Basically what I'm going to try to do is insert into orbit, not using thrusters, but using just the atmosphere of Mars itself. And then after I've done that, then I will try to land. So I'm going to go ahead and try it. Let me just go ahead and save this, because if it doesn't work, I'm going to have to do it the old-fashioned way. Alright, so now I've got my computer set. Gonna do our one of our last course corrections here and try it. Okay, it's not perfect since we are still a little bit a ways away from Mars, so that we're off by about 20 kilometers going over the surface of Mars. We'll go ahead and adjust for that right before we re-enter. So let's go ahead. Oh, hang on a sec. It's the wrong direction. Okay, so I'll go ahead and speed time forward until we are about to re-enter, and we're going to try this crazy idea of mine. Alrighty, we are about, what are we? Under half an hour before we go ahead and hit the Martian atmosphere. So here goes my crazy idea. So what I have to do is kind of invert the way my ship is oriented.
Rotation. Translation. Rotation.
And use the wing shape of my ship to keep me down close to the Martian surface until I slow down. Now if I don't do this right, then I'm going to burn up. Which will suck, to say the least. So if this doesn't work, I'll have to reload and try it a little bit different. Because right here, or right here, somewhere around here, that's Mons Olympus. So we can't directly enter and land at Mons Olympus. We have to obtain orbit around Mars before we can re-enter. Thing is I kind of messed up on how the fuel thing. I only have 25% of my fuel, and I don't believe I have enough fuel to stop and re-enter. I guess I could calculate that. Yeah, I don't believe I do. Close, but no cigar. So, if that doesn't work, I'm probably going to have to re-enter a different way or not even land at Mons Olympus, which kind of be a bummer, because we want to land at where we want to land at, so go figure. So we'll go ahead and speed up time here and see if this crazy re-entering thing will actually work. That is kind of scary. I don't know. I really don't know if this is going to work. Jeez. I don't like not knowing here. So basically what it's telling me right here is if I do this kind of maneuver, I'm going to experience close to 68 Gs. 68 Gs is really bad. Most you ever want to be in a ship like this is like 5, maybe. You know, the Apollo re-entry vehicles experience up to 10, which is pretty nuts. Well, if this doesn't work, I'll try it again. So let's go ahead and speed it up and see what happens.